Reed's got some predators that he's going to read off. Maybe some of them live in Montana, but they're all North American predators. They're homegrown, and then we're going to give them a fear index. We're going to do a scale 1 to 10. That's pretty easy. 1 to 10's
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And Chris, you might encounter some of these. Billy, you might have encountered some of these in your travels.
Bet he has.
We'll
on
start
the internet.
We'll start off fear index of a black bear.
0, dude. 0, dude. Okay.
At 1 through 1.
No.
0, bro. Billy, 0. Who's killed more recently, the Green River Killer or a black bear? Anywhere. Just give me one black bear that's done a fucking thing in this country the last...
The black bear does catch bodies.
No, they don't catch bodies, dude.
It's not like all like it's very low. Like I agree with you. I personally think that like if I ran into a black bear, that black bear is running away.
Yeah.
But they do take people out. Like people do like it's not totally out there. Like the chance is not 0.
See? So they're
No, you're taking Billy.
No, he's look. This guy is trying to make it not a big deal. My girlfriend, less than a week ago, down here in Virginia, getting off a Richmond exit, seen a black bear crossing the highway.
Well, I got bad news for you. You got a better chance of getting hit by a fucking car than killed by that black bear.
Right, but.
Cover me in honey. I'll sit in the middle of that fucking intersection. I'll probably just get hit by a sedan, dude.
You do, but black bears like eat. Like there's been a couple of instances of passed out homeless people getting eaten by black bears.
Well, see, now he's appealing to my sensitive side.
Right, but like it's not 0. Like there's been death by black bear. It's not like 0.
I like this guy.
I like that he's standing for black bears.
I like this.
No, but I totally agree.
He's a true zoologist.
No, like I'm on your side. We were talking about this earlier. Like
so
black bears are.
This is a little bit. I mean, I'm fucking around to a degree because
0 to 10.
Listen, guys,
you're going
hey,
0.
We gotta take this seriously.
You've seen a new Jackass, so if you're locked in a garage with a black bear, you're not scared. That's what you're saying.
No, I'd rather not be in a garage with him.
You just said you would sit with honey in the middle of the street near a black bear.
Yeah, well, the thing I'd hate about the garage is I'd want people to see me choke the life out of that black bear.
No. Johnny Knoxville, if you're watching, hit us up.
I know, I agree with you, mano on mano. Like black bear is going to run usually.
More often than not.
As fuck. It will run. If you're cornered with a black bear, like you're gonna like you probably gotta 50-50 if you're gonna kill it.
Yeah, that's when I rope a dope.
Yeah.
You guys are insane.
All right, so I'm saying I'll give it a 3.5.
Yeah,
3.5. They don't
3.5.
They don't scare me. Plus, they're not slimy. Like I'm more afraid of a black snake than a black bear, dude. And black snakes are actually good things to have around because they eat the bad snakes and they keep things away. But I've also heard stories of them biting motherfuckers, and I'd rather get attacked by a black bear than have a black snake latch onto my fucking leg for 30 minutes because I've heard stories like that.
I'm gonna go 7.
That's facts.
I'm gonna go 7.
Okay,
and hearing your guys' score is kind of a reason why a lot of these attack stories
white people
are white people and not black people.
White boy. We're white boy.
We respect animals and we fear animals. So like when we see them, if we do get the chance to see them in real life, we're gonna respect that fear.
Even Samuel L. Jackson didn't see that shark coming. He was respectful. He was in the designated area in Deep Blue Sea.
I thought you were about to go with snakes on the plane.
Me too. Snakes on the plane.
I thought that's where you were going.
No, he has a thing for these movies, man. Hey, so
you need to respect those snakes.
Yo, but speaking of that movie, like that really could have happened. That smuggler with all those
snake smuggler.
No, they had like they stopped them in the airport.
Somebody smuggled a snake on our fucking team plane to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
dude.
They brought it with them?
Nick Foles.
Like what kind of snake?
Nate, you said 7.5 for a black bear. So is a grizzly bear just going off the chart?
Bro,
if we do fear.
Any type of bear. Like you're not gonna convince me that like any type of bear is.
They're two different species almost.
I don't care. Like
trying to rhyme now. Any type of bear. I don't care,
dude. Listen, if I seen a bear in the wild, like nothing about it. Like I think I might like freeze in shock, but at the same token, nothing's gonna make me feel like, oh, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, I shouldn't be afraid right now.
Yeah, so we keep coming back to black bears because they're everywhere and everybody has a black bear story. But I was eating a fucking steak watching two 350-pound black bear just like roam my backyard. I was sitting in the back of the pickup truck because I wasn't confident enough to just parade the steak around. I had to walk like through them to get back into my house. But I ate a whole meal. They didn't disturb me. I just sat there, bro, finished my steak.
I mean, we got to establish 10 out of 10 right here because there's only one North American predator that's absolutely 10 out of 10.
That's
polar bear.
Oh, yeah.
That's 10 out of 10.
Well, Billy, I'm glad you said that because according to the book Who Would Win, which you might be familiar with, I think we talked about it on macrodosing, the grizzly bear beats the polar bear. And I believe it's because the grizzly bear has better leverage, Billy. 2 feet shorter, better leverage, more neck stability. The polar bear, Davis Mills, the polar bear is jealous of Davis Mills. Like the polar bear's got that long, skinny neck. I think grizzly bears come out with the win.
I think that's probably like depending on who has home court advantage, like that type of fight. I feel like you put the grizzly bear on the ice with the polar bear gets him, and vice versa. That's a good call, Billy. You feel much differently.
I have to say because polar bears are one of the only animals that actively. I'm talking about getting humans because polar bears used to hunt Inuits and all of those Arctic tribes. Like they used to write stories about how polar bears would stalk and hunt them for miles and like fighting off these polar bears. And I think they're the only animal on Earth besides like tigers that actively has humans in its diet.
Yeah, dude. I'm on your side on this thing. Like science points to it. The only evidence I had was who would win. They're fucking terrifying.
But maybe against a grizzly, they are weakened because honestly, now I'm thinking about it, grizzlies probably fight other grizzlies more than polar bears fight other polar bears.
That's the thing. Polar bears are like, the kid at the private school who hasn't played anybody. You know what I mean? Like you or me. It's like, man, you got all this territory and like you haven't run up on another bear. Like I want to see what happens when he sees, a grizzly bear. And another thing about a grizzly bear, and I know snow blindness and blending into the another thing that's scary about a polar bear is 10 feet tall. So the reason that, like they don't look as big as that, even though they look huge, is there's nothing to scale them next to. There's no trees, rocks. Yeah. And I think the trees and the rocks are what scare the shit out of me about grizzly bear. Like I'm going to be in Montana. Like I will pack like every time I'm on the trail. You know what I mean? Like because it's thick, dude. And they'll come out of, there'd be a 5-foot thicket of just brush and you won't even hear them and a bear will just stand up. And if you're in between a bear and the cubs, like you're fucked. So for that reason, the proximity of grizzly bears and like the fact that why would you run into a polar bear like in your lifetime? I'm not going to be up there. They don't scare me as much.
Yeah,
all right.
Well, I mean, grizzlies are insane. I mean, like I think you do have a chance against a grizzly because you can climb a tree.
Yeah.
So I'd put them at like 9-8.
If you see a polar bear, they're right there. If you see a polar bear, to your point, there's nowhere you can go. And it depends on whose home court advantage is.
We'll run through. So we did bears. We'll do mountain lions, wolves, and coyotes. Fear index those 4.
Okay. Mountain lions. I'm going 9.5.
Yep.
9.
After
9.
that viral video,
they're just shy of grizzlies for me.
That video of watching that mountain cat do that 2-hand swipe to that guy running them up the hill.
Yeah.
Was terrifying.
Dude.
And they hunt you. They will stalk you.
Yeah, mountain lions. So all those, when they talk about missing 911, missing 7, there's some documentary about missing people in national parks.
Yeah.
All of them can always be like chucked up to a mountain lion, taking them up a tree. And then, the body disintegrates. They don't find the bones. And then it gets caught on the side, like the rocks go over it. Like a bunch of children go missing from mountain lions. They are also like some of the best killers in the world.
Yeah.
So
they're real athletes, man.
I think, but like there are stories of like people fighting off mountain lions with a stick.
Oh,
like
there's a former wrestler choked one out. So
Yeah.
what they are is they're the sucker punch kings,
Yeah,
man.
sucker. Yeah.
That like, you know, like face to face, unless it's the real jacked one that went viral one time. He was all trapped out. Like guy walked around the corner, and this guy was built like you know Patrick Willis or something, dude. Those guys I'm afraid of, but like a medium sized one, yeah, I feel like I got a decent shot of scaring it off.
But imagine it just jumps out the tree down on you while
Then you're fucked.
walking.
Then you're fucked, dude. If they beat you to the punch, you're fucked. They're like an undersized guard.
And all type of cats. Cats are the same. Like house cats and these bigger cats, they're all the same. When they get their predators, like they fuck around with it. So it's not like they're not gonna kill you right away. They're gonna let you run and then grab you, drag you around.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's not gonna be fun. But also grizzly bear will like rip your face off and maybe just like leave and just let you and then come back. Like there's stories of grizzly bears like leaving and then coming back. So I feel like for that reason I'd almost rather get lunched by a mountain lion. They go for the neck, it can be over quick.
Yeah.
Wolves and coyotes.
Okay, coyotes, not afraid of them. They're like a 4 for me. Like they're like north of a dog.
But they travel in packs though.
I'm not worried about that. We're going one animal.
Grown ass wolves, I'd probably put in the same. I don't know. We talk about we've had the Aryan Foster discussion about wolves.
He's wrong.
Yeah.
Are dire wolves real?
They once were. All I know is some of those fucking wolves they have up north here. You know, I forget whether they're the timber wolves or like the Canadian timber wolves or whatever. But the biggest ones, when you see them, there's pictures on the internet of like a standard wolf hung up next to one of these supersized wolves.
And they're really big?
They're terrifying, dude. At that point, they're just all in the 8.5, 9 range.
Guys, all these animals are from the 7 to 10 range for me, no doubt.
Coyotes too?
Yes.
You're tripping, dude.
No,
Why?
coyotes-
Like, but like, here's the thing: it's just like,
Coyotes, brother.
like,
You
why wouldn't
can't-
you be afraid of like a
When I hear coyotes, I'm excited and I go outside. So like, you know what I mean? Like, if the sound of the animal doesn't send you indoors, like I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
You could roundhouse kick a coyote and win.
Yeah, you could get you get sexy with it. You could get sexy with it and beat a coyote. You could do
cocky.
Yeah, you can get cocky. You can get like a little Floyd Mayweather.
You guys are thinking of the best case scenario. You guys would be fucking scared out of your mind. First off, like you're not gonna be able to roundhouse kick a Russian coyote, and it's probably gonna grab your ankle. Like, and then what? Like,
it's much smaller than you think. Coyotes are larger foxes, basically.
Coyote just barely registers for me. That's last out of that group. I'll go cougar second behind the grizzly. Grizzly at like a 9, cougar 8.6, and then behind that a ways I'll go wolf at 8. You know, because I don't know.
No pause. It's all mouth.
Liam Neeson may or may not have killed that wolf at the end of the movie with the airplane bottles duct taped to his fist. Listen to the full podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming platforms. Wherever you want to get the podcast, you can get the podcast. Pretty simple. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Podcasts get pretty wild. This is real tame.